Another Thursday, another check-in with my coach. So, weight has been stagnant since Monday, and it was stagnant on Monday from like Friday. So, and this was after I hit a low last week, but I'm not staying at that. I'm kind of bouncing a little bit above it. So, we want to be consistently in the mid to low 130s. So trying to get below that, or at that, I guess, so we can end this mini cut sooner rather than later. So my calories have been adjusted again. It's like 1350 or something like that. So it's 150 protein, 110 carbs, and 35 fat, which, y'all, I do not recommend this for regular folk. Remember, I am on a bodybuilding journey. I am at the very end. I have thyroid issues, stuff like that. So do not follow these macros for yourself. Okay? That is like, everyone's macros are different. Everyone's body responds differently. Don't take where I'm at, or anybody else for that matter, as what you should do. Everyone's is different. No one should be at these levels really as like a maintenance amount. Okay? So don't even play that game. All right, you're coming with me on my drive to go let the dog out. So Bluetooth turned y'all off. All right, you're back. So basically, those are my new macros as of today. The last couple days I've been a little bit more sore. But I can't tell. I've been pushing the weights on these machines now that I'm more used to the movements with my legs, because I was doing more free weight stuff and now I'm doing more machines. So I've really pushed the weights, pushed my RPE up, to where it's like you can only do maybe one more rep. That's kind of what I'm going for here. So when you do that, you break the muscle down more, which builds muscle. So it's what you want to do. But anyway, so I had half my workout on Monday was leg machines. And then Tuesday at CrossFit, the workout was just 150. It was Karen. It was 150 wall balls as fast as possible. And I did really good, but I feel like that Monday into Tuesday, now I'm sore. Sorry, I'm a bad citizen. Anyway, it was a lot for my legs, especially because I haven't been working legs that much, or as much as I was. So feeling it. Feeling my shoulders a little bit from yesterday's. So I don't know. It could be part of me continuing to push. Could also be my body is starting to respond and let me know that it's getting close to being done with this whole cut thing. And that's kind of, what people experience when they're in prep. They hit a point where they have a lot less energy, they're more sore, they're not sleeping as well, stuff like that. So trying to continue to add things in to bolster that situation, because we just want to squeeze another week or two out here if we can. So I did extra stretching last night. I'm doing some journaling, and I don't love like the touchy-feely journaling. Like, it's not my jam, but just like thought-provoking things, because I'm feeling this need to want to address like my mental housekeeping, which is kind of strange. And then I randomly ended up buying these books at Target, because when I go into Target, I cannot spend less than like $200. I just can't. But these books were on sale, so I had to. I didn't realize they were self-help. I thought they were more, it was about like being a badass or whatever. And I'm getting into them, and they're a little bit more self-helpy than I thought, but I'm gonna finish them. There's some good points. There's some parts where I'm like, but I'm just trying to take care of my mind, get my mind right. But anyway, I don't know. My point is, I'm tired this week. That's why I didn't record any workouts last week, because I was fucking tired and I wanted to get through them. And you know what? I got time for that. So I will try to record a workout this week, maybe on the weekend when I have a little bit more time and have gotten more sleep. But as you know, I went back to caffeine, and I would say but I was only having like 1 serving a day. This week I am bumping it to 2. Like, I've already had a very full cup of coffee and a second one. It is 12:20, and I kid you not, I could fall asleep right now for the rest of the night. I am gonna grab a bang when I go get the dog, because I just need to get through this. I still have to do my 30 minutes of cycling tonight because I can't get all my steps in with my broken foot. So I need to be able to get through it. I'm going to rely on caffeine a little bit, but I'm going to try to only do it when I absolutely have to, and then pull it back again when we're done with this cut. So I think I'm starting to feel the low calories for sure. Today's workout felt a little bit rougher. My hip thrusts today, actually, I couldn't do as many reps as I did last week at the same weight. So I just listened to my body. I mean, I was literally shaking and did as many as I could, and that's, it's what it was. So I'm gonna try and get some extra sleep tonight. I just don't know, but hoping that this last adjustment in calories is gonna be enough to get things where we want to be. I'm almost there. I just need to push for another week or 2, and then we take a break from this stuff and just have to maintain. So just want you to know that if this is how you feel on a regular basis, this is not good. Like, I know to expect feeling like this at the end of a cut, and that's kind of our clue that it needs to be almost over. But if this is how you feel day to day, you're not taking care of yourself, boss. Like, you're not getting enough calories. You're doing too much. So if you think you feel fine because this is your normal, when you start eating right and treating your body right, you then realize how bad you were actually feeling. So yeah. Anyway, got some interesting stuff coming up for this episode. I think we're gonna have a guest appearance. I think we're gonna do some yoga, and I'm gonna try and record a workout if I can remember and bother with it. I'm gonna go get my dog, have some bang, and I'm gonna regroup and go back to work. Don't look this way, you'll fall. So Franny and I are here. My firstborn in his first year of high school is in the homecoming parade today for the bowling club. So we're actually parked outside the hospital, seeing if we can catch them on the back side of this. And hydration probs. I've been here for like 20 minutes and I had to freaking pee, and when it comes on fast. So I literally had to put the dog up and run into the hospital and go pee and hope I didn't miss it, which I didn't. I made it, but hashtag hydration probs for real though. New intro. I messed up this morning. This is Spend the Day with Jess and Lisa. So we went to the gym earlier. I messed up and didn't press record. So anyway, now we are at the plastic surgeon's office after hitting up Starbies.
Starbies and syringes.
And I'm gonna get the Botox, and she's gonna see if she's interested in anything, because I have hot dog forehead. You see this? I have a hot dog hat forehead.
I'm just tired all the time.
And I have that. I don't know. I don't like it.
I got that too.
So
that's just being an old bee.
Yeah, that's my experience in life right there. So this is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna record it, because why not? This is embarrassing and this is my life. So hang on, we're waiting on the doctor.
Right?
Cool.
So we have all these muscles in our face. The one that everyone seems most concerned with is your forehead, right? Frontalis. Mm-hmm. Frontalis muscle is the only elevator muscle in the upper part of the face, okay? So when somebody puts too much Botox in here, some patients can get the heavy feeling, right? So as providers, we have to take into account, do you have a hooded eye? Hooded eye means you have excess skin here, right? We don't want to drop you too much, because if we drop you too much, you look like a caveman. Not a good look for anybody, right? Or patients will say, my experience with Botox was that I felt like my forehead was really heavy, and that's because this is the only thing that's pulling up. So if we knock this out and we only do Botox here, you have that risk. So we like to do surrounding muscles as well, because otherwise they will recruit. So here we have procerus muscle here, and corrugator, right? Their job on the face is to pull in and down. So when we Botox those, they pull up and out. Does that make sense? So kind of gives you an extra added units that we could place into the forehead now, because now this depressor muscle has become an elevator, and this elevator muscle has become a depressor, right? So it does. It makes you look more awake. That's why patients like it, right? This consists of 5 injection points. So we do 1 or 2 in the procerus. Generally it's 1. And then 2. We get the tails of the corrugator over here, and then the bulk of the corrugator in the center. Other areas you could Botox is around the eyes. These are depressor muscles as well. When we get the tails over here, we can kind of get a little bit of a winged eye, kind of opening up your eye a little bit more. They call it the eyebrow lift. You could do nasalis. If you have a gummy smile, we can kind of knock that down so that your gums don't show when you smile. You could do DAO muscles down in here for the down turning of the mouth. It will help elevate the mouth because then these muscles up here help to kind of pull that part up as that's not coming down anymore. And then you could do micro Botox. You could do platysmal bands on the neck. Microtoxin is at a skin level, so it's a more hyper diluted Botox, and we inject it very superficially so it can kind of get any of those little lines and kind of like fakely tightens your skin, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Question.
Cool. You had a question about filler versus Botox, right?
Yeah, what's the difference between a filler and a Botox?
Totally night and day, right? Filler is hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid plumps the skin. It draws water to the area that you are filling. So let's say you're doing your cheeks. Let's say you have a flat cheek and we're going to make your cheek now more full, right?
Right.
So wherever we inject that, it's about the size of a blueberry each syringe, right? But where we inject that, it attracts water to that area. So it kind of plumps up those tissues. So totally
So that's why
different.
it's used for like lips more.
Oh, okay.
Lips, cheeks, anywhere you're deficit, right? So if you have, let's say here you want to make this more pronounced, right? Because let's say you have somebody that has very strong marionette lines, right? You would want to do some lateral cheek, some anterior cheek, right? Because that's going to lift this. You see how it pulls here? Pulls here.
Yeah.
So that's going to help that patient.
Literally like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, it is. What about bags under your eyes?
So dark circles,
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
me.
that, that's not.
I know. That's just getting more sleep.
Unfortunately, unless it's a shadow, that's really, really hard to tackle. Fillers don't necessarily always treat that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I need a good concealer.
Could be, right?
And just more sleep.
Right. Any other questions?
That was very well done.
I do it all day.
you don't even have to think about it.
Right?
Cool.
Stop. Okay.
All right, explain what she's going to do.
She's gonna take my hot dog away. No, all these little white parts we forgot to record while she was talking, but basically those are the points that she's gonna inject because those are the parts that are gonna kill these muscles temporarily.
And this is where it stops. Turn your face a little bit. Yeah. So you see how that line stops? It's because that's where the wrinkles stop.
Yeah. So it's all based on where your face map is at. And then we're gonna do a little bit here to avoid more crow's feet. And then Miss Jess is gonna go in the hot seat.
I'm not going in the hot seat today. Not today. Not today, Satan.
You can get a consult though.
There we go.
Y'all, I am about to go into yoga, which I am not a yogi, if that's what they're called. I usually find myself getting bored, thinking of all the things I should be doing, like all of that, but I also this week have really noticed that my body is like craving some restoration and stretching, mobility, stuff like that. You get tight when you're doing a lot of weightlifting and stuff. So yeah, I'm about to head in. And I will try to do some videoing, but I don't know if that's gonna work. So we'll see on the flip side. Oh my God, I'm ready for a nap. So this was a yin yoga, which I guess is like more on the like recovery restorative side. So mostly just holding long stretches versus strength poses or something like that. So it was like an hour. It felt so good, but I'm ready for a fucking nap. It's only 1 o'clock. So I might, when I do this one again, I might do this as an evening class, because then I feel like I could just like go right back to bed. But it felt really good. I feel like my body needed this. So now I'm gonna go pick up my Whole Foods order and my Lean Kitchen food and go from there. I'm in the school parking lot waiting for both of my children. And rather than sit in my car, I'm literally just walking in circles around my aisle here, parking spots. So, practicing on walking without limping, no crazy pace, but I'm getting in movement and I'm saving time. Otherwise, I'd have to get more movement in later. Smarter, not harder. Pro tip, guys. Y'all, I got some things to confess. Check in this morning. Technically, I lost like 0.8 of a pound on average from last week, but I still haven't seen the same number I saw with my lowest low last week or whatever. What we're looking for is to consistently hit that before we end the cut, or that's what we were thinking. I kind of shared with my coach and I'm starting to feel this calorie deficit. So this is kind of what we're looking for. It's what I expected. Not having a lot of soreness, but I've definitely noticed the last 10 days, I don't usually actually get super sore. And I was noticing some soreness for things that I didn't feel I should be super sore for. Nothing crazy, just like, hey, I used this muscle. Let's, workouts are getting a little harder. The same workouts that I've been doing. And yeah, there we have it. Brain fog. I'm having trouble finding words sometimes, which this is all like part of it. So like anyone who's ever been on low calories long term, what I would tell you, like if someone had asked me like, do I feel bad right now? No, don't feel bad. But relative to how now I know I feel on higher calories, what is going on with this weird hair? Sorry. We'll tuck it. So now, having gone through many cycles of this for years, I know how I feel when I'm on appropriate calories or even a surplus. And relative to how I feel when I'm in that state, I notice a big difference. So if this was my baseline, which it used to be, not optimal. So I'm telling you guys, if you are a 1,200 calorie person or whatever your extreme deficit might be, you are living in a state that's not ideal and it's not really sustainable or healthy. So like, you can and should probably feel a lot better than you do. That's my PSA on that. Talk to me if you'd like more one-on-one coaching. Ding. Seriously though, I am just struggling. I'm feeling like everything that I normally do is just taking more effort. people are feeling more draining to me, and we haven't not had a really great week with HR at work, so that doesn't help. But I just feel like interacting with people is more draining than normal. I'm already an introvert, so it already drains me normally, but I can definitely tell it's more so. So I'm noticing some shit. So yeah, I was hoping I would have more movement. I'm within probably a half a pound of my lowest that was last week, which is like 135.2 or 3, I don't know. And it was like 135.8 today. So not bad, but the last couple of days have been like 136-ish. Oh, one of them was 137, so I'm still not consistently down there. So I just shared with my coach, because we had a check-in this morning, that I have a feeling, it could be wrong, but I have a feeling my body might fight this kind of like it was fighting those low 140s, or it was dancing in those low 140s for probably 3 weeks-ish. And I just have a feeling that it's gonna kind of do the same right now. So, we will see. But I shared it with him, and I was like, it's just a gut feeling. I'm fine if we want to try and do like a little bit extra push. My foot's starting to feel a little bit better I'm trying to not like force extra steps, but just being cognizant of it. So I'm ending up with a little bit more steps. And it's feeling okay. I just don't want to overdo it. So, but he basically was like, you know, when we first started, we talked about how, you know, you felt at the end of your last cut last year, and that kind of wrecked feeling, and that would be like our cue that it's time to take a break, since this isn't actually your prep. If you're in a prep, you would just fucking turn it up and push through it and deal, which is true. But he goes, that's not our goal here. We don't want to get you to that point. There's no need to get you to that point. So let's give you a few more days at your current plan. And if you're really kind of stagnant by Monday, we may want to just call it right here. Take a good break, get your food up, get your activity down, and let your body do its thing. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I anticipate we may be done on Monday. So we'll see. I'm going to still stick to everything as planned and see what he says, or what the data says, I guess. Kind of interesting, like, I'm literally at only 1,300 calories and doing, you know, still my lifting and my half-hour Peloton, because I'm not able to do the higher steps, and I should be hungry, and I'm not. And I'm actually like, I had some bubbly water, I don't know, about an hour ago or something like that, and I'm like kind of full, but almost like sick to my stomach. Like I couldn't imagine like eating a meal right now. And at 7 o'clock and at 8 o'clock I start my bedtime routine, and I'm in it by 8:30. And the idea of eating any actual food was just like, like I feel stuffed, which I should not. So I made a smoothie. I was so low on my fats. Like my fat target I think is 35, and I was only at 22 for the entire day. So I had to throw some flax seeds into, I made a smoothie. I just put protein powder in it, some berries, and I needed a flax seed for fats. And I don't remember what else. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and drink that between now and bedtime, but I really feel gross, like full gross, which is weird. So, and clearly I'm struggling with words. I'm tired, my brain's not working. So that's that. If this is your normal state of being, I highly encourage you to look into what you're taking in and what your activity level is, and if it's adequate, because when you're eating right, you feel like you're on top of the fucking world, and when you're not, and you have felt what it feels like to eat right, it's noticeable, y'all. It's noticeable. It's 7 o'clock. I'm ready to go the fuck to sleep. So yeah. Oh, Botox update. It's starting to freeze, but look, this one, it was more than that one. It's still settling, so we shall see. But when I go in for a touch-up, she may need a touch-up there. But that's kind of funny. Anyway, oh, you're here for nutrition and I'm talking about my Botox. I'm here to entertain, I guess.